Alright guys, so we're back. We're going to do a battery and alternator test using the Autel BT506 battery tester in my MS906. And we're going to test the battery and the alternator on this Camaro. And what I want to do, I want to see if doing the test out here under the hood by hooking it here to the jump terminal where you jump start the car. That's what this is right here. I've already removed the cap, and then the negative body point where you'd hook the other, where you'd hook the negative jumper cable up, versus hooking it directly to the battery, which is in the trunk on this vehicle. So this vehicle has a heavy battery cable right here that runs all the way to the trunk, and I've already got access to the trunk, or actually to the battery. This is a 800 cold cranking amp battery. Like I said, it's about 4 years old, and we're just going to do the test here at the battery, and then we're going to do the test up front to see if you can get accurate results without having to remove everything. Now, if you don't know, how to access this battery, you got to take everything out of the trunk. Here's the carpet. Here's the fiber board that you got to pull out. You got to pull your spare tire out. You got to pull this plastic protective cover off. It just snaps off. Those little terminals right there. There's those little clips. There's 4 of them. And then you got to take a 13 millimeter, and there's this plate that is bolted on right there. So it takes a little bit of time to have to do that, to do a test of the battery to see if the battery's good. The question is, will this tester give the same results regardless if we're here at the battery or if we're up under the hood, where all you would have to do is pop the hood, hook the tester up, and do your check? So we're going to do that to see what kind of difference there is, if there is a difference. So the next step is to get the tester here. And we're gonna do it at the battery first. Now, like I said, whenever I reviewed this tester, I love these battery clips. I mean, they are just super nice to clamp on to whatever you need to clamp it on to. They're skinny at the tips. Of course, this is reverse polarity protected, so it doesn't, if you hook it up backwards, you're not going to damage anything. Okay, so now that we're hooked up here at the battery, we're just going to hit battery test. Let me get this light turned off, and this light, that way you guys can. I'm just going to hit in vehicle test. I'm not expecting this battery to be bad, but you just never know. I've got to see. I didn't even check to see if it's an AGM battery. Hold on. Okay, it is not an AGM battery. So we're going to go to flooded. We're going to do cold cranking amps. .800 is the rating. Then we're going to hit next. Then we're going to check the 3 boxes you got to check for it to activate the start test down here. We'll hit that, let it do its magic. Okay, state of health 98%, state of charge 100%, voltage is 12.66, measured capacity 728 cold cranking amps, and it is about 75 degrees out. So I'm going to go ahead and go through. We're going to do a starter and a generator test. So I'm going to hit continue. Okay, we've got to check the box again. Ignition is off. Start testing. Waiting for vehicle to start. Let me start the vehicle. Okay, so cranking's normal. We had a voltage drop of down to 11.89 and a starting time of 0.97 seconds. We're going to hit continue. We'll turn everything off. Okay, everything is off. So it says here turn off electrical appliances such as headlamps and AC and press continue. We're going to hit continue. And I believe we're going to rev it up. Okay, we're at 2,000 RPM. Hit continue. Release the accelerator pedal, press continue. Turn on some electrical load. So I'm going to turn the AC on. I'm going to turn the headlights on. Okay. I'm going to hit continue. There's 2,000. Turn off the ignition. And we have a 7 millivolt ripple. And the nice thing about this, you can actually expand it out to show the graph, and you can see the ripple, which I think is kind of cool to be able to physically see what kind of ripple it was getting. And 7 millivolts, plenty good, plenty within range. In fact, if you look up here in the green, charging normal, so it's happy with that. No load voltage was 13.99. The load voltage was 13.94. So both those are very good. So we're going to hit done to that. And now you can also do a report if you wanted to, and it just prints, or it puts everything on one page of your results. So let me go ahead and let's get this tester hooked up under the hood, and let's see if it's going to make any difference at all. All I'm going to do, I'm just going to hook the positive there. I'm going to come down here, hook the negative, twist it a little bit, make sure we got a good grip. Okay, everything looks good there. Back in the car. And the main reason I'm doing this is just so I know for myself, if a car comes in and they say they're having battery or starter issues or alternator, can I do this test out there under the hood without having to access the battery and at least get hopefully pretty close results to the actual truth. So we're going to hit in-vehicle test. Of course, all that's going to be the same. We're going to hit OK. We're going to do our 3 boxes there. Hit start test. Now see, that right there was what I was afraid of. Right there, replace battery. So it's already not happy with what it's detecting. So it's showing a measured capacity. Now the voltage is great. It's saying state of charge is 100%. Of course, we got a volt. We just turned the car off from doing the first test. 12.72 volts is what the battery's showing, but it was only able to measure the capacity at 326 cold cranking amps. That's because of the length of run of wire going from under the hood to the battery, and then of course we're clamped to the body ground. So you know, it's measuring probably, you know, a higher resistance than what it's happy with. So it's thinking the battery has higher internal resistance than what it does, more than likely. But let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. Hit our check box. I'm going to hit start testing. Start the vehicle up. Okay, now the cranking was normal. Voltage drop only down to 11.2 with a start time of 0.88. So we're good there. Hit continue. Turn off electrical appliances. Okay, headlights are now off. AC is off. We're going to hit continue. Keep the speed at 2,000. Release. And I've noticed on some vehicles you can actually go by this little tack that they have on the screen, and it senses the alternator frequency. Is how it determines what the RPM is. If it can't sense the alternator frequency really good, then it has a hard time determining what the RPM is. So if you don't have a tack, hopefully the little tack up here will work for you. If not, you can probably just take a guess at it and probably be just fine. Okay, so I've got the AC on, I got the headlights on. We're going to rev the engine about 2,000 RPM. We're going to hit continue. Okay, release, continue, turn ignition off. And it's happy with the charging. Now notice the ripple. We got a lot higher ripple. In fact, we're up right here at this peak 154 millivolts. The average is 77 millivolts. When we was back at the actual battery, I think we was at 7 millivolts or 8 or something like that. We had a no load voltage of 14.81 and a loaded voltage of 14.2. So a lot more voltage drop when it was loaded up, because of that length of run of wire. And let me show you the report, just in case you're curious about that. If you hit report down here, it just kind of gives you a nice layout of all your testing results. Seeing quickly, if you wanted to print it off or save it, you can. Gives you a nice little diagram over here, battery, starter, and alternator symbols. Notice the red X for the battery, because it thinks the battery's no good. If you hit back right here, then you can get back out of that page. We're going to hit done. And yeah, there we have it. So if you wanted to do an alternator or starter check, you could probably get away with doing it out under the hood, but the battery check itself really needs to be done at the battery itself. It does not like being done out here under the hood at the points where you jump start the vehicle. Now you could do it out here first just to see what it says, because if it shows the battery is good and it's happy with everything and you're hooked up out here under the hood, if it shows that the battery is good and you're hooked up out here, it's definitely going to show that it's good if you're hooked up straight to the battery. So that would be another option that you could do. Do it out here first. If it shows good, you should be happy. Now if it shows bad like it did for us, just now. You may want to go ahead and pull everything out of the trunk, hook it to the battery, and see what it says then. And if it shows good, then you can probably assume the battery is good. If it shows bad, then you know, probably be time to replace the battery. But anyway, I think that's about all I wanted to do. You know, this was mainly just a curiosity deal to see, you know, if you could pull that off or not. Like I said, we have not had any issues with this battery, so I would not expect it to be bad. Anyway, you guys take care. We'll see you in the next one.